Hello everyone, welcome to What If Naruto Was Abandoned and Become Uchiha Dragon Emperor Part 2. Please go support Sith Trooper 09 for writing that awesome fanfic. Mission to Wave Part 1. 2 weeks later, Sasuke and Sakura panted heavily. 2 weeks since they became genin, all they did were D-ranked missions, which was basically chores that the lazy civilians didn't want to do. Naruto would usually make a shadow clone to do all these D-ranks as they weren't worth his time. He would practice in his home's fighting ground or fight the creatures in the Forest of Death. Foundation Nin proved to be good live testing subjects as he would practice his newfound power on them. Currently, his count was 48 Foundation Nin dead. Sometimes, they were left alive for interrogation, but seals on their mouth prevented them and he would torture them to death and in the most violent cases, skin them alive or dissect them alive. And all just for the fun of it. Sasuke finally caught the demon for the 8th time in 2 weeks. Tora the cat. The pet of the fire daimyo's wife that was labeled as the bane of all genin. Good job Sasuke. 1.5 hours. Possibly a new record. Said Kakashi. These D ranks would be useful in teaching them teamwork and for fresh out of the Academy genin, their mission count was impressive. 40 plus. Although most of these were completed thanks to Naruto, but it still counted. Naruto jumped down and landed beside Kakashi, much to both Sasuke and Sakura's annoyance. You could have helped us instead of simply watching, you know. I thought you needed to increase your stamina so I decided not to help. And from the look of things, it's working, said Naruto in a sarcastic tone. Seeing Sakura and Sasuke run around chasing a cat, especially Sasuke with all his pride, and getting outsmarted by a cat of all things was hilarious. Shut it Izuna or else. She said in a warning tone. This would work on most boys, but Naruto wasn't among most boys. Or else what, Haruno? Make me deaf with your loud screeches. Or kill me with your love of Sasuke. He replied almost laughing. As if Sakura of all people could land a hit on him. Why you? Okay. Izuna, Sakura, stop antagonizing each other. Let's go report to the Hokage's office. Hokage's office. Team 7 entered the Hokage's office with Sasuke carrying the demon cat. Sasuke handed the cat to Madame Shijimi, who proceeded to crush the cat to death. So that explains why the cat runs away all the time. Thought Naruto. Yes, suffer demon cat for all the things you did to me, were Sasuke and Sakura's thoughts as seeing the cat being crushed was sight to behold. Okay Team 7, for your next missions, you can help the elderly with their groceries, paint the Inyazuka compound's wall, or Minato was interrupted when Tora managed to break of his owner's arms and ran away. No Tora come back, or get Tora back, so I'll get the cat alone. Was all Naruto said before he disappeared in a body flicker, much to Minato and Iruka's shock. So, Kakashi wasn't lying when he said Naruto could already be stronger than a chunin. Thought Minato impressed at his secret son. How to perform a body flicker without a single hand sign. Were Iruka's thoughts. The cat ran for his life until he heard a noise and looked back. No one. Maybe his mind was playing tricks on him. But suddenly, a shadow towered over him and he felt the ominous presence of this figure's power radiating over him like a tidal wave. He started shaking. Was this the end? He was paralyzed. Large metal stakes trapped his body and he couldn't move. He could only look at the figure whose red eyes were spinning and a cold smirk that told of certain pain. Horror began the figure. The cat pissed himself as the figure started talking. You are an insignificant speck that knows nothing, can do nothing and is worth nothing. You are a mere extension of the feline race and a violent storm of chaos that threatens all good in this world and needs to be controlled. I, Izuna Uchiha of the Uchiha clan, descendant of the great Madara Uchiha, shall be the one to control an instability such as yourself Jinjutsu Sharingan. And Tora's mind felt sleepy as the Jinjutsu began taking hold and before he knew it, he would be an obedient cat. Naruto chuckled to himself. Jinjutsu Sharingan was a basic Jinjutsu that an Uchiha can cast with a single glance of their Sharingan. In its most simplest form, it can be an illusion to ones that create bodily harm or false experiences. In its most potent form, a mind control Jinjutsu. A weaker version of Kodomatsukami that can be broken with ease but still effective altogether. Taking the cat, he body flickered away to the Hokage's office. Nani yelled Iruka at the side in front of him. Tora, the bane of all genin, the demon cat had actually obeyed Naruto's commands. Kakashi stared in awe at this. A fresh genin could do what even elite jonin couldn't. Perhaps Team 7 wasn't bad luck, it was a blessing from the gods of Uchiha high above. But how, screamed a bewildered Sakura at the sight. Naruto completed a task that took them 2 hours in less than 5 minutes. Mission successful. Tora the cat is captured. Naruto gave the cat to its owner who left the money on the table and left the table. As I was saying, you can choose your next D-ranked missions. Before Minato could continue, he was interrupted by Sasuke and Sakura. No, I'm an Uchiha, these chores aren't worth my time or is gonna make me stronger, I demand a higher ranked mission. Yeah, my Sasuke deserves a higher ranked mission than any of these pointless things. Sasuke Sakura, how dare you talk to the Hokage like that, you're fresh out of the academy genin. And Sakura, these missions aren't pointless. They are to strengthen your teamwork," replied Iruka, but Sasuke wasn't having it. "I need a higher ranked mission to get stronger," stated Sasuke angrily. He was the Uchiha clan's next head and these D ranks were beneath him. "You're not ready for them yet. You're all just fresh genins." "Iruka, I think the decision for a higher ranked mission should be the team sensei's decision. What do you say, Kakashi?" asked Minato. After some thinking, Kakashi finally replied, "I think they're ready for a C rank." "What?" "But Kakashi," said Iruka, trying to reason with Kakashi. They were his students for years and was a big brother figure to orphans like Naruto, and he was concerned. "Iruka, need I remind you they're not your students anymore? Besides, Izuna is stronger than an average genin, and so is Sasuke. Sakura could focus on her training after this. Besides, it's only going to be bandits." "Alright then. Bring in the client," said Minato, and the client came in. After a couple of minutes, an old man with a sake bottle who reeked of alcohol walked in. "These are the ones going to protect me? I hired ninjas, not brats who belong in school," said the old man, much to the three's anger, especially Naruto, who hated being underestimated. Izuna, please, do not underestimate these genin because of their age," said Minato. If what Kakashi said about Naruto was true, then he'd be enough for this C rank alone. Izuna simply shrugged. "I don't know. That girl looks a light breeze of air can blow her way, and what's with the pink hair? Looks like she belongs in a circus. That boy Sasuke looks like he's a spoiled brat that thinks everyone owns him their life just for existing, and this kid, Naruto, I bet he's just." But before Izuna could say any further, he felt cold steel near his neck. He looked and saw Naruto sitting on his left shoulder, cross-legged, and Izuna didn't feel any weight. Maybe he should avoid drinking sake too much. And he saw two kunai attached to the tip of Naruto's boots, one pointed on his liver and the other on his stomach. "I suggest you take our Hokage's words seriously, Izuna," he said as he looked at Izuna with his Sharingan, which terrified him greatly. "Mere bandits or thugs with no ninja training are nothing compared to a dragon like me." "Past," was all Minato could think of at seeing Naruto's speed. Sakura stared in awe at Naruto's speed, whereas Sasuke gritted his teeth in jealousy. Kakashi wasn't surprised and Iruka's jaw dropped. "Izuna, threatening the clients is bad for business." "Of course. My apologies, Lord Hokage. As you can see, Izuna, you shouldn't underestimate the Hidden Leafs ninja, including the genin," said Minato in a proud voice, especially at his secret son. "Why yeah sure," replied Izuna, still a bit scared. "Okay then, meet at the village gates at 10 AM. Pack 2 weeks worth of supplies." Naruto walked to Anko's apartment to give her orders for the next 2 weeks and more in case he really was out of the village for more than 2 weeks. He walked into the apartment and rang the doorbell. Anko came, surprised to see her master coming here. "Master, I didn't expect you to come here." "And why should you? A slave is a property of a master and their belongings is their master's, is it not? Are you saying I'm not allowed to see you whenever I want, my slave?" he asked with his Sharingan activated. No, please come in." Sitting down on the couch with Anko kneeling before him, he started giving her new orders. "I'll be frank, Anko. I'm going outside for a C rank tomorrow and I might be outside the village for 2 weeks or more. I need you to take care of my manor for me. Will you do that for me, my slave?" "Yes, master. I only exist to serve you, bud," he said as he started groping her breasts as Anko had to bite her lips so as to not moan out in pleasure. Ring. "Who is it?" "Probably my friends, Kurina Yuhi." "Kurina Yuhi? Teammate sensei, huh? She's pretty. I could use another toy." "Anko, bring her to your bedroom. I think it's time I add more slaves like you to make a harem." "Yes, master." Naruto waited in the walls of Anko's bedroom. He heard 2 extra voices instead of just one. "Do? Great. I just hope the other one's a woman." Nai-chan, Yugao-chan, I have something important to show you." "Anko, we just came here to." "Let it be, Kurenai. Let's see what Anko has that is so important for us to see." Naruto heard the voices. They were female, alright. They walked into the bedroom and Naruto jumped down, shocking the two, and ordered, "Restrain them." And Anko brought out 8 snakes from her coat and wrapped them. "Anko, what's the meaning of this?" "Shhh, be quiet, Nai-chan. You will be a good slave to our master, just like me." They looked at Naruto and he unveiled his EMS. And muttered a single word. "Kotomatsukami." Next day, Naruto woke up and saw it was already way past 7:30. He looked over at the naked forms of Anko, Kurenai and Yugao. Last night's party was enjoyable for him. He took the nearest woman from him, Kurenai, and pulled her butt as he started fucking her. He wondered if Kakashi would be late again, and if so, meant he'll be arriving at 12 o'clock. Shaking those thoughts out, he started thrusting harder and faster until he reached his limit. "Open your mouth, slave Kurenai," he ordered, and she did. He put his cock in her mouth all the way to her throat. "Drink it all." And he coomed. Luckily, the anti-pregnancy seals would ensure that they wouldn't be pregnant. He pulled out his cock and cleaned it with her hair. He started playing with her breasts for the next 3 minutes and sucking her breast milk. She was a bad girl. Benko, get up and go to my manor and bring my supplies. Yugao, Kurenai, get up and prepare some food. He ordered as the 3 women got up and with a chorus of yes master they left. Village gates. Naruto wore his usual outfit but had his great-grandfather's gunbai attached to his back. It was nearly 12. Kakashi was late again. Naruto arrived at 11 o'clock but he hid behind the trees just outside the gates. Sasuke and Sakura were already there along with Tazuna. Naruto had to resist the temptation of putting Kakashi in a genjutsu that would have seen him being chased by a naked might guy. Luckily at least for Kakashi, he arrived just in time before Naruto decided on the genjutsu mind rape. Yo, Kakashi-sensei you're late again. Kakashi paid her no mind and looked around for Naruto. Okay where's? His question was answered when Naruto arrived in a body flicker. Took you long enough sensei. Kakashi saw Naruto. Okay. Let's go to the land of waves. Wait, yes Sakura, Izuna doesn't have a backpack. Naruto simply tilted his gunbai and pointed to the red scroll on the back of his war cloak. I have sealed all my necessities in here. You know how to seal things? Said a surprised Kakashi. Naruto just seemed to be full of them. I mean sure, storage scrolls are useful for long-term missions, but if you don't mind me asking, who taught you? I saw Shisui do it once while leaving on a mission. I asked him to teach it to me and he did. Well okay. Let's get going. But before they did, Sakura stood in front of them. I demand you seal both mine and Sasuke's in there as well. No. Stated Naruto bluntly. No way he would let them share his scroll. What, why not? Because it's not my fault you don't know how to seal things yourself. Besides, you are the Kunoichi of the year are you not? This is basic shinobi stuff that is standard for all. And it's not my fault that you don't know this. Kakashi-sensei, make him seal our stuff as well. I will not Sakura. As Izuna said, this is basic and you should already know this since the academy taught it before. Anyways, let's get going. The team and Izuna made their way to Wave Country. Sakura in front, Sasuke and Naruto at the sides with Kakashi in the back and Izuna in the middle. So far so good, were Kakashi's thought until he saw a puddle ahead of their path. Really? Were Kakashi's thought, clearly unimpressed by the amateurish attempt at a trap. But it hasn't rained in weeks, so why would a pud of course a trap? Though they can do better than this pathetic excuse of a genjutsu. As the team and Izuna walked past them, the puddle revealed itself to be 2 men with slashed hit and miss symbols and wearing masks with chains attached to 2 gauntlets on their chains. The chains wrapped around Kakashi and in an instant, shredded him to pieces. Kakashi's remains fell down, much to the shock of Sasuke, Sakura and Izuna. Kakashi-sensei screamed Sakura in fear. Now who was going to save them? Haha, 1 down said the one with 2 horns. 3 more to go. Said the other with 1 horn. But before they could do anything, a kunai trapped the chains to the ground and the 2 looked at Naruto who threw the kunai. Why you little? But before he could say any further, 3 shurikens came and hit him in the stomach. A shadow loomed over him and he saw Naruto, with sharingans glowing. Naruto sheathed his sword so fast that to the untrained eye, it looked like a blur. Then, squelch, the head of the one with 2 horns fell down with blood splattering all over his corpse, Naruto's war cloak and the chains. Sasuke, Sakura and Izuna were shocked, though Sasuke to a much lesser extent. Sakura's jaw dropped as Naruto beheaded the enemy without remorse and in cold blood. Izuna was now even more afraid of Naruto. Brother why you I'll kill you. Naruto jumped off the corpse and threw 2 lightning endless shuriken at the enemy and the lightning paralyzed him and disrupted his chakra network. I can't move or feel my chakra what did you do to me? The lightning paralyzed you and disrupted your chakra. You can come out now sensei. Good job Naruto. Said Kakashi who was very much alive and came out of the woods. Kakashi-sensei, you're alive to which Kakashi pointed at his remains, which was wood meaning he substituted in the last second. Oh, I wanted to see how you 3 would handle the situation without me. Good job Sasuke on protecting the client. Izuna, excellent job in taking out the enemy. He turned his attention to the still paralyzed enemy. So, Gozu and Maizu. The demon brothers of the mist. What are 2 rogue renegades like you doing here? Like how I'll talk you killed my brother. Kakashi-sensei, if possible, I would like to interrogate the enemy. Kakashi was unsure what to do, but he wanted to see what Naruto can do. Alright. Go do whatever it is you're doing. Naruto grabbed Gozu and disappeared in a body flicker. He threw the still paralyzed Nukenin at a tree. Talk. Who sent you? Who are you working for? Never. Fine then. No more Mr. Nisagai. He revealed his Sharingan. Genjutsu. Sharingan. The mind control worked and now Naruto could interrogate the enemy. Who sent you? We were sent by Gato. Gato, as in Gato, the head of the largest shipping industry. And he got a nod. Who's your leader? Zabuza Mamachi, demon of the hidden mist and one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. He can prove an interesting dance. Is there anybody else with you? Yes. A girl by the name of Haku. She's from the Yuki clan and can use ice release. Could prove to be an useful tool and slave. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, rip out your heart. Those who used his gauntlet and ripped out his heart. The pain broke him free of the genjutsu, but it was too late. The last thing he saw was a cold smirk from Naruto. Naruto decapitated the head, grabbed it and flickered back to his team. Naruto arrived back, and the others saw the head of the other demon brother. He sealed both brothers' heads in another scroll. Izuna, you didn't have to kill them, reprimanded Sakura. Naruto paid her no mind. They have quite the amount of money on their hands. I'm simply taking advantage of the situation to earn more. Said Naruto as if it was as simply as breathing, much to Sakura's shock. But still, you shouldn't just kill. Wake up to reality, Haruno barked Naruto loudly, much to the three-leaf nin's shock, since he was always quiet. We are shinobi. We are child soldiers, warriors trained for war and mercenaries for hire. We may be children now, but soon, we will be forced to steal, cheat, rape and murder for money and the glory of our village. Our village may have been founded to ensure children like us don't die in the field, but guess what? We do. If you can't take your training seriously, then quit being a shinobi. Sakura was on the verge of tears, while Sasuke looked indifferent. Tizuna didn't say anything, and Kakashi did want to reprimand Naruto, but Sakura had it coming for a long time. Shrugging it off, he asked, so, what did you get? Their leader is Zabuza Mamachi, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen. They were hired by a billionaire named Gato to kill Tizuna. This mission just went A-rank. I'm sorry Mr. Tizuna, but my team isn't ready for something like this yet. I shouldn't expect you to, but please. The bridge is the only hope my country has. If I complete it, then Gato's reign over my country will be over. I say we continue on. Came from Naruto. Izuna, this is serious. We can't just rush things ahead. Yeah, but you're forgetting one thing. If we liberate Wave, then we can an economic trade deal with Wave, which will boost the Leaf's economy. True. That does make sense, and if the bridge is successful, then we can create an economic trade route with Wave. Don't you agree, sensei? Tizuna, let's leave it to the team to decide. Sasuke, Sakura, what do you say? I say we continue on and finish our mission. Said Sasuke. No way, I'm letting this lower Uchiha outshine me. I'll prove to all that I'm the stronger Uchiha. Yeah. Let's finish the mission. Said Sakura. I'm going to prove my worth to Sasuke and show that I'm not a burden. Then let's continue on. Said Kakashi, much to the relief of Tizuna. Land of Waves. They arrived at the eastern shores of the borders of Fire Country. They could see Wave on the horizon. They stopped to hire a boat to get to the opposite shore. Naruto could have water walked to Wave, but he'd have to wait for Sasuke and Sakura, so he too waited for the boat. Finally, a boat came and took them to Wave. A heavy mist was in the way, and Naruto could swear that there was chakra in the mist. They saw something huge in the mist. What's that? Asked Sakura. A bridge. Stated Tizuna with pride. It's huge, exclaimed Sakura. Of course. It has to be. Because of how many people will use it, right? Asked Naruto. Yes. They got out the boat and made it to shore. They were making their way to Tizuna's house. Naruto felt a presence in the bushes and threw a kunai at the spot, but it revealed a rabbit, now dead because of the kunai. What's the matter, Dobe? Feeling jumpy today? Taunted Sasuke. Yeah, Izubaka, you killed that poor rabbit, screeched Sakura. Elsewhere, a girl of age 17 wearing a hidden mist hunter nin mask on her face and wearing a green clothes, managed to escape just in time. I managed to escape, but they have my precious Fluffy. I can't live with myself if Fluffy got hurt. Thought the person. Look at the color, oh mighty Sasuke. It's white when it should be brown in this season. Only means it was domesticated and a substitution. Replied Naruto. Sasuke gritted his teeth in anger as it was true. True that. But who could have his thoughts were interrupted when he heard the sound of a spinning weapon current that headed towards them. Everyone, down now. While Kakashi tackled Tizuna for safety and Sasuke and Sakura did, Naruto summoned a giant shuriken and threw it at the weapon, which was a big sword in the shape of a butcher's knife. The man who threw the sword simply caught his blade and chuckled. Not many people, especially kids, can deflect my executioner's blade like that. Nice one, kid. The man was tall and had a muscular build. He wore no shirt, had bandages that covered his mouth, and had his slashed hidden mist headband sideways. He wore blue pants and wore a belt on his chest. He had wrist warmers that went up to his elbows with matching leg warmers. Zabuza Mamachi, demon of the mist. Oh? I'm honored that the great copy ninja Kakashi knows me. Copy ninja? Asked Sakura in confusion at the nickname. Our sensei, Kakashi Haddock, is known worldwide as the copy ninja because he copied over 1,000 jutsu with his Sharingan. Informed Naruto. 1,000 jutsu, exclaimed Sakura in surprise. Sharingan? He has a Sharingan? Asked Sasuke. Yes. A gift from his teammate and my deceased older cousin, Obito Uchiha from the Third Great Ninja War. In the years since then, he gained fame as Kakashi of the Sharingan and the copy ninja. Said Naruto. Wow. Was all Sakura could say. I'll ask you to kindly hand over the bridge builder and I'll be on my way. I can't do that, Zabuza. Said Kakashi as he unveiled his Sharingan and took out a kunai. Zabuza stood on the water, much to Sasuke, Sakura and Izuna's shock, and started doing hand seals. Naruto copied the jutsu and now, it was in his arsenal for future use. How would you handle me, Kakashi, if you can't even see me? Hidden mist jutsu and a thick mist washed over the area. Gotta be careful. He's going to use the silent killing technique as it is his village's specialty. The mist is so thick. How can we know where he is? Asked a fearful Sakura. 8 points. Liver, lung, spine, kidney, throat, larynx, subclavian artery and lastly, the brain. Which one should I choose? Sounded Zabuza's voice from the mist. The large burst of chakra from Kakashi blew the mist away and both Kakashi and Zabuza unleashed their respective kai. Sasuke was shaking. He tried killing himself but a firm hand from Naruto stopped him. Sasuke heard Kakashi call out his name. Don't worry. I won't allow a comrade to die. I'll protect you. Said Kakashi in an eye smile. Don't make promises you can't keep, Haddock. Suddenly, Zabuza appeared behind Izuna and would have chopped him in half had it not been for Naruto who blocked with his gunbai. Naruto tried to slice him, but he fled. Naruto threw 3 kunai which pierced Zabuza in his arm and stomach and Kakashi pierced Zabuza with his own sword, but it turned into water. Kakashi-sensei behind you screamed Sakura as Zabuza was behind Kakashi and sliced Kakashi in half. Only for Kakashi to turn into a water as well. The water clone he copied my jutsu. Damn him and his Sharingan. The kunai was placed near Zabuza's throat as the real Kakashi appeared behind him. Clever, but Zabuza turned into water and the real one appeared behind him. I'm not that easy to deceive. And swung his sword down, but Kakashi managed to pull it out of Zabuza's grip. Zabuza simply kicked Kakashi in the face and Kakashi was sent flying into the lake. Sensei shouted Sakura. Heh. Foolish. Said Zabuza as he took back his sword and dived into the lake. Kakashi got up the lake, trying to water walk, but Zabuza managed to caught him in a water prison. HMPH. So much for the great copy ninja Kakashi. Water clone jutsu. Damn, he's even more skilled than I thought. He looked at his students in concern and shouted, everyone, just run and get Izuna to safety. He's using most of his strength to keep me imprisoned. He can only fight you with his water clones. Even if we run away, he'd most likely come after us after he's done with you. And since Sakura is too scared shitless to do anything and Sasuke not much better off, I must do things myself. Was Naruto's thoughts before he walked in front and faced Zabuza with his grip firmly on his sword. Finally, a worthy dance he thought in bloodlust and a thirst for battle. Oh? You're approaching me? You may be brave kid, but you're nothing compared to me. Taunted Zabuza. He's right Izuna, he's a jonin and he even took out Kakashi-sensei, shouted Sakura in fear for her teammate. She's right Naruto. He's way out of your league. Said Kakashi. Those who break the rules are trash, but those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash. Those were your words, Kakashi-sensei, and a saying I'm sticking with. Was Naruto's reply. He actually listened to me? Thought Kakashi in shock. He always assumed that Naruto never listened but he did. Izuna, it's okay. You won't be trash if you run away. Protect the client. Nice saying kid. But words aren't going to win a battle. Especially against the likes of me. Why don't you just give me the bridge builder and run? I might even let you live, said Zabuza. Even if we did, you would have come after us after you killed both our sensei and Izuna. A last stand is our only option. Hehehe, you got me there. I would have come after you 3 after I'm done with them. Can't have witnesses that'll report and that would bring the hunter Nin from mist. You two protect Izuna. I'll get our sensei back. Said Naruto and started walking towards the lake. Wait, Izuna, don't you'll die. Shouted Sakura. Yeah, Dobe, listen to her, let's run away, then we can formulate a counter-strike. Said Sasuke. Naruto paid no mind and unsheathed his okatana and took on his favorite stance, the Tsurugasumi sword stance. Fantastic sword you got there kid. I wouldn't mind taking it from you. Naruto said nothing as he revealed his Sharingan to Zabuza. That's very well then. Let's dance shall we, Zabuza said Naruto as he prepared for battle. Mission to Wave Part 2. Zabuza looked at Naruto's eyes. He could feel their power and the boy's bloodlust washing over him like a tidal wave. Those eyes. You are a member of one of Hidden Leaf's most famous and powerful clans, the Uchiha, are you not? Yes I am. And these eyes see everything. And I see your death. Big words from a brat. Let's see if you can back them by fighting against my water clone. Said Zabuza as the water clone charged at Naruto. HMPH, please were Naruto's thoughts as he started atop the water. He knows the water walking exercise, did Shisui taught him too? Were Kakashi's thoughts, still concerned for Naruto. Naruto simply smirked and performed the body flicker and disappeared out of sight. Where is he? Asked the clone before he used his sword to block an incoming attack from above. If it wasn't for Zabuza's experiences on past missions, he'd be dead. What was that technique? It looked like he just vanished and appeared in an instant, asked Sakura in amazement at the speed and strength of Naruto. Wait, I remember that technique. Thought Sasuke. I guess the Hokage was right when he said that I shouldn't underestimate them, even if they're kids. Especially that one. Were Tizuna's thought. He shouldn't be able to do the body flicker technique. He's just a genin, but to perform the technique without a single hand seal takes mastery over the technique. Thought Zabuza as he made a mental note not to underestimate the Uchiha and take him seriously. Naruto jumped back and used a body flicker for hit and run attacks. He managed to land a few hits, but the clone still stood. Gotta do better than that, brat. Taunted the clone. Naruto put his fingers in a tiger seal and said, fire style. Great fireball jutsu, and the fireball vaporized a water clone. Naruto bent down as he avoided the strike of another water clone and jumped away. Naruto saw 3 extra water clones and they charged at Naruto. Naruto simply used the body flicker for hit and run attacks. I know what technique he's using, said Sasuke. You do, Sasuke? I mean, of course you would, wouldn't you? Asked Sakura with stars in her eyes. Why is she impressed with him knowing when the other one is the one who's performing the technique in the first place? Thought Izuna. It's called the body flicker or the teleportation jutsu. It is a D-rank jutsu that can be used for traveling far distances. Wow, this same kind of body flicker was used by another member of mine and Izuna's clan. Who was it? Sasuke. Shisui Uchiha, also known as Shisui the teleporter. Wait, the same Shisui that was like a brother to Izuna and whom Kiba insulted. Asked Sakura as she still remembered that day 7 years ago when Naruto beated the living shit out of Kiba for insulting Shisui. Yeah. It's the same Shisui alright. That body flicker technique, it can't be the same one. Said Zabuza a bit in fear at seeing the Uchiha perform the same technique that Ao once warned him about when he's still in Anbu in the hidden mist. What do you know of that particular body flicker, Zabuza? Back when I was still in Anbu, a shinobi named Ao told me of a leaf Uchiha he encountered. He told me if I ever met him, I should retreat. Who was that shinobi's name? Shisui Uchiha. But this kid shouldn't know his technique. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Zabuza. Huh? And what do you mean by that, Kakashi? My student was Shisui's younger cousin. Before Izuna became a genin, Shisui taught him his techniques. Makes sense. Zabuza's thoughts were broken as he used his blade to block a sword strike from Naruto. He looked in front of him and saw his water clones were all dead. What? But how? His thoughts interrupted as Naruto released a fire dragon at him. A moment ago, Naruto blocked various strikes from the water clones until one clone started doing hand signs. Say goodbye, kid, water style. Water bullet. Naruto just swung his sword at the incoming attack and to the shock and horror of the clones, the water bullet turned into normal water. What? But Hogar the clone was decapitated as Naruto threw his sword at the water clone. Using the chain attached to the sword, Naruto swung the sword at the second water clone and jumped back and spat out a fireball at the last clone before turning his attention to Zabuza. Oh screw it. Thought Zabuza in frustration as he released Kakashi from his water prison jutsu and Kakashi flickered to his team to rest. You're good, kid. Shame you are just another dog for the leave. I am no one's pet. I make my own decisions. Kakashi landed next to his team and Izuna. He panted heavily as the water prison stole much of his chakra. Kakashi-sensei, are you okay? Asked Sakura in concern. I am. I just need a few minutes to recover my strength, said Kakashi. But Kakashi-sensei, will Izuna be able to handle Zabuza alone? Sakura, you doubted Izuna could take out Zabuza's water clone. But he took out 4 of them. Have some faith in your teammate. Water style. Water bullet jutsu. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu. The 2 jutsus collided and neither won. Zabuza searched for Naruto and he swung his blade in order to block Naruto's sword strike. The impact of the 2 swords created a shockwave that made the mist go away. Think your sword can do anything against mine? Think again, my sword is the executioner's blade. One of the legendary swords used by the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Your blade is useless against mine. Look at own sword and say it again. Zabuza was confused until he looked at his sword and saw cracks form. Some pieces even fell off. What did you do to my sword, brat? Zabuza nearly shouted. My sword is also one of legend. I don't know my mother got it from, but through research I found out it's one you may know. The Naruto, the sword of the Dark Singer. Zabuza gasped in shock. The Dark Singer's sword. This was the same blade of legend. Zabuza quickly jumped away and created more water clones while he prepared a jutsu. Naruto sheathed his blade and performed Iaijutsu. He destroyed the clones instantly and he jumped at Zabuza, who managed to block just in time, but half of his executioner's blade was cut off. My sword is special too. Watch, he slit his thumb and put the blood on the broken blade as it repaired itself. My blade can repair itself if blood is applied. Might take it for study later. Thought Naruto before he shouted, wind style. Great breakthrough and large gusts of wind threw Zabuza off balance and near land. Doing a single hand sign he muttered, lightning style. Electromagnetic murder and Zabuza was electrocuted. Damn brat, he thought furiously. He saw Naruto doing signs and had a feeling the jutsu he was trying was going to big. And he was right. Higher style. Majestic demolisher flame and a large hot fire was making its way towards Zabuza. He started weaving hand signs fast. Water style. Great waterfall jutsu. The two jutsu collided and a heavy mist followed the aftermath. Water started falling atop Naruto like rain and he was panting heavily. He used too much chakra on that fire jutsu, which was a high A, low S rank jutsu. Sleep tight brat. He looked behind and saw Zabuza with his blade outstretched, ready to kill him. But before Zabuza did, Kakashi came just in time to save Naruto. No one from my team is dying today, Sensei said Naruto in relief. Izuna, I'll take from here. Naruto nodded at Kakashi's words and flickered to rest. Naruto arrived besides his teammates and Izuna. Before they could ask, he said, I'll be fine. Just need some rest. He sheathed his okatana back and the sword glowed blue. He could feel his chakra being restored. You couldn't handle me before Kakashi. What makes this time any different? Because I'll be using the full power of my Sharingan to win this fight before you know it. Indeed it is. For you that is, and he started attacking furiously. Sasuke, Sakura, the two looked at Naruto who called them. I have a plan. Sakura you will, he explained his plan while he copied the water jutsu Zabuza performed. Water style. Water dragon bullet jutsu. The two water dragons fought for supremacy. Zabuza jumped away as he dodged a windmill shuriken which revealed itself to be Naruto. Sasuke came to the opposite side of the lake and weaved through hand signs. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu. Wind style. Great breakthrough. The two jutsu combo hit Zabuza who used his sword as a shield. He crashed in the trees and coughed blood. Damn. I haven't been this beaten since the war. But before he could say anything, two senbon landed on his neck and he fell unconscious just as a person, just a few years older than the genin came. Thank you for weakening him. I've been trailing him for the past few weeks. Now I completed my mission. Wait, who are you? Demanded Sasuke. Stop Sasuke. He's a hunter nin from Mist. Said Kakashi. He checked the dead body of Zabuza, he's in a death-like state. And with that the hunter nin disappeared. Strange. Hunter nin would take the heads of their victims and burn the corpse, so why didn't he? Unless that hunter nin was actually the Haku girl the demon brother mentioned. His thoughts were interrupted when he heard a thud sound and looked to see Kakashi who collapsed. Kakashi-sensei, is he okay? Asked Sakura in worry. Naruto walked over to check on Kakashi. He's fine. Just suffering from chakra exhaustion. Izuna, how far is your home? It's not too far away from here. Good. Can you carry him all the way? Of course. Then let's go. Tsunami was washing the dishes in her home as her son, Inari, was near the pond. It had been a week since her father went to the Hidden Leaf to seek aid and wondered if he would return soon. Knock knock knock. She walked over to the door and opened it. She saw a boy with a cold, emotionless face who was most likely in his early teens. She had never seen a boy as young as him with such an emotionless face or dead, soulless eyes before. She wondered what made him like that. Are you Tsunami? Daughter of Tizuna the bridge builder? Yes. She replied a bit scared. Was this teen one of Gato's men sent to take her? My name is Izuna Uchiha. Me and my team were hired by your father to protect him. May we come in? Oh of course she said, happy that her father could get some help at last. The two teammates walked in with a pink-haired girl and an emo with a duck's butt for hair. And her father walking in with a silver-haired man on his back. Oh what happened to him? She asked, worried for her father's bodyguards and quite possibly the last hopes for her country's freedom. Trouble in the form of a nuke nin. Took care of the problem. He's alive. Just need some rest. Well then, I'll go prepare a room. Izuna put Kakashi down on the bed prepared for him. Naruto looked at his sensei and concluded he had to wake up now. He unsealed a syringe that contained yellowish liquid. Dragon spinal fluid. Flashback, it was Naruto's 7th time in the Shadowlands. Ekaterine was teaching Naruto about dragons' biology, history, powers and various other things related to the summoning world. It was his time to leave, but not before she gave him a gift. Naruto, the dragons decided to present to you a gift. A gift? Asked a surprised Naruto. Yes. Ekaterine said as she pulled out a special box. What's in the box? Asked a curious Naruto. Dragon spinal fluid. Blink blink. What? Spinal fluid? You harvest your own clan spinal fluid? Yes. It's special. Dragon spinal fluid can be used to heal wounds, cuts, burns, broken bones, restore lost organs and skin, etc. and restore chakra and increase adrenaline to give an advantage in a fight. It is useful. Very useful. I thank you for your gift. Present. Naruto injected the fluids into Kakashi and it would take some time for it to take effect. He headed downstairs where Tizuna, his daughter and his teammates were there. Just then, a young boy walked into the house. He called Tsunami Mom and Tizuna Gramps. Must be his grandson, Inari I believe the name was. He remembered Tizuna talk about his family. Mom, who are they? Said Inari, pointing at the three teens, and he would be lying if he said he wasn't afraid of Naruto. The spiky long hair, the cold eyes and emotionless face, kinda creeped him out. Inari, they're the ninja grandpa hired to free us from Geto. Hearing that, Inari scowled. They should give up. Geto's just going to kill them all later. Inari, that's not what you say to people who are protecting us. HMPH, as if some tiny runt hiding behind his money can do anything against me, and Uchiha, said Sasuke smugly, trying to impress the kid. Naruto mentally facepalmed. Who was the Uchiha who nearly killed Zabuza? Me. You're all just going to die anyways with it, he left. What's his problem? Asked Sakura, clearly angered by Inari's attitude. Her sensei and teammate nearly died for them, and this is the thanks they got. HMPH, Naruto grunted as he made his way to the door. Wait, where you going, kid? Scouting. He sensed Izuna's confusion, and he decided to enlighten them. Zabuza is not dead. Sasuke, Sakura and Izuna's eyes widened and gasped in shock. But Kakashi-sensei said Zabuza was dead, thought Sakura, scared at the thought of Zabuza still being alive. No. Kakashi-sensei said Zabuza was in a death-like state, not dead. Hunter nins are trained to behead their victims, then burn the body so as to not leak out bloodlines or village secrets to enemies. Well, maybe the hunter nin was new to the job. No. The hunter nin used senbon. There are places, pressure points in the human body. If struck in the right place with enough pressure, a near-death-like state is possible. And the method I mentioned was standard for all hunter nin. The fake hunter nin didn't follow procedure. I believe they're working together, said Naruto. His teammates and Izuna were shocked. They would have never thought of that. So, what do we do now? Asked Sakura. As much as she hated to admit it, Naruto was the strongest in the team after Kakashi, and his fight with Zabuza proved that. It only makes sense they follow his orders. For now, we wait until Kakashi-sensei's healed. After that, he'll probably train you two to fight them properly next time. I'm gonna scout ahead in case either Geto's thugs or the fake hunter nin comes back. And with that, he disappeared in a body flicker. Wow, amazing. Was all Tsunami could think at looking at Naruto gone in an instant. Once outside, Naruto made 4 shadow clones who proceeded to hunt for info on Zabuza or Geto. They could do a preemptive strike, and there was no way in hell he'll allow that to happen on his watch. Secret base. Haku removed the needles as Zabuza gasped. Damn Haku, you didn't have to use those damn needles that hard on me. Sorry Master Zabuza, but it was the only way to convince them that it was an act. Well, can't blame you for that. They could have killed me if they did another attack. How long till I recover? About a full week from now. Good. The sooner the better. Haddock would most likely recover as well, but that Uchiha kid, the one who wields the Narada, he's the greater threat. Are you sure, Master Zabuza? Haddock's a jonin while the Uchiha's just a teen. True, but while Haddock has a Sharingan, he's not an Uchiha whilst the kid is one and has a fully matured one. Only Itachi Uchiha and Shisui had matured Sharingans by 14. And he could perform high-level fire jutsus, along with strong lightning and wind affinity. There's also the fact that Shisui taught him. If you see him, kill him and take his sword. Of course Master Zabuza, said Haku as she left to go find some herbs. 3 hours later, a man's sound of pain as he was thrown into the wall and leaving behind a hole. Naruto was in a room filled with 60 dead men as he slaughtered them all to death, trying to get information on Geto. Where's Geto? Where is he hiding and where are the nuke nin he hired? I won't talk, you little aya, he screamed in pain as Naruto stabbed him in the balls with a kunai. The man was crying in pain. For years, he had been pillaging wave country, killing men, raping the women, and loads of things that made him a scum of society. But here was a child of 14 who ended his career. I'll ask once more, where? I don't know, please spare me, show mercy. Naruto didn't respond as he stabbed his fire-endless kunai into his eyes and he fell down, screaming in pain. Naruto cut the door open and inside were naked women, youngest of whom could be 16-17 and oldest were in mid-40s. Their hands were cuffed and hung to the walls. Signs of abuse and rape was evident. To the women, they were scared. A boy comes in with a sword and behind him were trails of blood and corpses. They were afraid that they would be his next victims and prayed to whatever god was listening that they be spared. Naruto took out his sword and threw it, controlling its movement with chakra threads from his fingers. A sand village technique he read about and tried. While his chakra threads couldn't control a puppet like the puppet masters of sand, using it to control his weapons was enough. The sword was spinning and cut all their restraints until it made its way back to its master. The women were finally free. Years of forced sexual abuse finally over. They thought of the boy as a sign that the heavens answered their prayers and sent a savior to liberate them in the form of the boy. The truth was far from their thoughts, however, as Naruto didn't care at all about the women. He simply freed them so that Geto's men could hunt them down and he'll take them out. They were bait to lure out the thugs and bandits for info, nothing more. What's your name, young lord? Asked one of the older women. Young lord, a title, at least in their mind, was well earned for their savior. In their eyes, he was an angel with powers gifted by the gods and rightfully needed respect. Izuna. Izuna Uchiha is my name. Thank you, Lord Izuna. Naruto didn't show emotion. He heard the noises of more thugs coming up the stairs. Get out of the building. Now, commanded Naruto. There he is, come on, let's fire style. Phoenix flower jutsu. He spat out a dozen mini fireballs at the thugs, killing 12 of them, and the others were horrified. The women simply stared in awe at the power. They had never seen ninjas before and were completely clueless on jutsus. Get out now, commanded Naruto once more. The women complied and had to cover their ears as the screams of the thugs echoed throughout the building. Near river, Naruto sat down and looked at 10 of Gato's thugs who were chained on iron necks. They all showed signs of torture as they were bleeding, had swollen faces, broken fingers and missing teeth. Ever since he made Anko his slave, she showed her the torture methods of the Leaf's torture and interrogation department. He found a sick and twisted hobby at torturing the Foundation in Danzo would send. Their screams of pain were music to his ears. So you don't know Zabuza Mamachi is hiding, do you? Yes, please let us go, pleaded a man whose fingers were bleeding as Naruto was pecking them with a kunai. No. I don't think I will. What? No, please, you monster, you're evil, you're insane. Maybe I am, said Naruto as he started skinning them. Their screams ignored as Naruto added more pain by inkissing his kunai with lightning. By the next day, the citizens of Wave would see Gato's thugs, without their skin, dead and hanging on their streets. To the starving masses, they would be food if the flies didn't infect too much. Naruto walked back to Izuna's home. It was nearly noon. He saw Sasuke and Sakura doing the tree walking exercise. Kakashi saw him and greeted, "Yo Izuna, sensei, I heard you went scouting ahead for enemies and traps. Did you find any?" "No. I couldn't find the location of Zabuza's hideout or his accomplice." "Yeah. I heard about your proposal of the hunter nin being his accomplice. Nice analysis. Even I didn't suspect it until I heard your theory. Thank you, sensei. So, I assume you know tree walking exercise. You already saw me do water walking and advanced elemental chakra control. True that. Well, I guess you can go help in making dinner." "Sure." And Naruto left, but Kakashi thought about something. Naruto's smell. He reacted to flesh blood, which meant he went and killed someone or some people. I'll have to look into it later on. Naruto walked in the kitchen and saw Tsunami preparing dinner. "Maybe I can help." "Oh Izuna. It's fine, I can do it." "No, I insist," Naruto said, activating his Sharingan. He planned out the course of the dinner and the foods to be made. He moved at high speeds, mixing ingredients, fixing the temperature, putting them on plates, etc. He moved so fast Tsunami could only see a blur. In just a few minutes, thanks to Naruto's fire manipulation, dinner was done in few minutes. Wow indeed. If you don't me asking Izuna, what was with your eyes? They just turned red and reverted back to normal. It's my bloodline limit. At her confused face, he continued, a bloodline limit is a special power and ability available to someone from a clan. They can be either eye-based or taijutsus, elemental transformations or bodily types. The jutsu grants the user a special eye with multiple powers. Like the Hyuga clan's Byakugan, which allows them to see chakra, X-ray vision and 360 degrees view. My bloodline is the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan. It can read small movements, copy any ninjutsu, taijutsu or jinjutsu, cast a jinjutsu, photographic memory and much more, said Naruto, referring to the Manjikam and its powers. Wow. Does that mean you can do all that the Sharingan can do? Indeed, you're awesome, thanks I guess. The others finally came in and started having dinner. Sasuke, Sakura, I estimate in 1 week that Zabuza will come back. If you can finish learning the tree walking exercise, we'll continue with water walking and more advanced exercises, said Kakashi. Sakura was happy that she'll get stronger to win Sasuke's love. Sasuke smirked and finally getting to have more power to kill Itachi. The mood quickly did a 180 when Inari slammed his hands down. Why do you even bother? Gato's thugs will just kill you all. Everything you say means nothing. The weak always lose to the strong. Inari, that's enough. Naruto had enough of the complaining and retorted with, well look who's talking. Shut up, all your talk of being strong is just that a talk. You don't know what it feels like to lose everything. Inari, shut up before you say something wrong, thought Kakashi. You don't know what it means to suffer. He suddenly recoiled in shock as a heavy dose of Kai washed over the room. The Kai came from Naruto, darkness over his face as his Sharingan was glowing and spinning dangerously. At least you still have a family, your mother and grandfather with you. At least they're still alive, roared Naruto with barely contained anger. At least they genuinely love and care about you. My mother died 2 months after I was born, my father abandoned me and he doesn't know about Minato and just assumes my older brother was murdered and by his own best friend, no less, and all for what power. He killed my older brother and slaughtered my clan, our clan, he said pointing at Sasuke, so that he can become stronger. And at least you have friends and family. We lost everything dear to me when I was 7 fucking years old. He got up and walked out, simply saying, I lost my appetite. And went to the forest to clear his thoughts. I'm sorry about that, said Kakashi. It's true though, both Sasuke and Izuna lost their family to Itachi Uchiha, Sasuke's older brother who slaughtered everyone when they were just 7. He didn't mean to shout at you like that. He's just not a people person. He went through all that. I guess my life isn't really that bad compared to theirs. I should apologize to him tomorrow and vow to get stronger, thought Inari with newfound determination. Mission to Wave Part 3. Naruto was sleeping the forest surrounding Izuna's home. He vented his frustrations out by creating 10 shadow clones and dancing with them. The result of which exhausted him as the beatdown he gave to his clones. He would receive them later and was unconscious in a second or so. A young girl wearing a pink kimono and had long black hair was walking through the forest searching for herbs. She saw, just a few feet away from her, the same Uchiha teen that nearly killed Zabuza. She remembered Zabuza's orders to kill the boy and take his sword, but she wondered if she really could. She may have been trained by Zabuza to kill, but she was always too soft. She tried going to him, at least paralyze him with a senbon needle, so that she could bring him to Zabuza who would kill him later. But the moment she started to touch his shoulder to see if he was awake or not, she was tackled to the ground with the sword near her neck. The boy is gonna kill me, she thought to herself. She couldn't die here, not like this. But luckily, the boy didn't. Sneaking up on a ninja can be bad for your health. Now, tell me, why were you sneaking up on me? Asked Naruto, then he sheathed his sword back and he lifted the girl up. My apologies, Shinobi-san. I was just picking up herbs when I saw you and thought you were dead. I was worried and tried to see if you were. I'm glad you're okay. Smiled Haku, hoping her lie would work. Naruto could tell she was lying. Her chakra was similar to the fake hunter nin and concluded it was the Haku person Gozu said. Decking to play along, he said, well, I appreciate your concern. He looked at her basket, well, if you need herbs, perhaps I can help. I have some medical experience. Thank you, Shinobi-san. Smiled Haku, but inside, she was making notes. He must be a medic nin or had knowledge in medical ninjutsu. He was proving to be a big threat to Zabuza. Naruto helped pick up some herbs, but he endlessed them with his chakra. Zabuza was injured and Haku was gathering herbs for her master's recovery. He would summon a scout dragon or laserbeak to spy on their location and either kill them in a preemptive strike or poison them. Nah, Shinobi-san, why do you fight? Naruto was confused by the question. He fought to increase his skills and power to kill Itachi, to avenge Shisui and the clan. He fought to gain power to surpass Shisui, his mother and great-grandfather. Revenge on the one who killed my family and to surpass another. Stated Naruto bluntly. Are you truly strong? He was confused. He killed dozens of Danzo's Foundation drones, he nearly killed Zabuza and proved to be a worthy opponent for Kakashi. He was trained by the Uchiha clan's greatest prodigies, among the youngest to unlock the Sharingan, and was the second person to have 2 Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. So yes, he was strong. Insanely so for someone his age. I believe that someone is truly strong when they have someone precious to protect. There is no one. Everyone I cared about is dead. He replied coldly. It wasn't far from the truth. His teammates weren't teammate material. Sasuke was an arrogant ass who looked down on him as trash. Sakura, his #1 fangirl who hated him just for being better than Sasuke and existing. Kakashi didn't put much effort in knowing them personally, and the village was much worse. Kushina hated him for reasons he didn't know, most likely due to his mother, Kiyomi being better than her at everything except Fuinjutsu, and she wanted his eyes and weapons for her own or her children. Danzo too wanted his eyes and as a weapon for his foundation. The elders and civilian council only saw him as another disposable weapon, a loyal Madara that can be controlled and put on a leash as they called it, and only to breed a new army of Uchiha to serve them. The 2 Hokages, Minato Namikaze and Hiruzen Sarutobi, were too weak. Hiruzen was old, and Minato proved to be a weak man against his wife, who abused her position of first lady to no end. The clan heads were mixed as some were neutral and had no hate, while some like the Hyuga outright hated him as they saw him as trying to steal their power. Only Shisui and the clan genuinely cared about him. After their death, Naruto's loyalty to the leaf was on a thin thread. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shinobi-san. Said Haku in a real, sad tone. She too lost everything she held dear once. Her father, out of fear, formed a mob to kill her and her mother in the Mist Village's civil war and bloodline purges. In a fit of panic, she activated her clan's bloodline, ice release to kill the mob and her father. She was saved from the darkness by Zabuza, but this Uchiha kid seemed to be far worse. He had no one to save him. A darkness seemed to loom over him that if not saved from soon, would turn the boy into a monster. Given his current strength he displayed against Zabuza, she would bet he already was. I never did ask your name. His question broke her way of thought. I ask your name since I never asked for it. Oh, it's Haku, Izuna Uchiha. Well, I better get going now. I hope we can talk again, Izuna-san. You too, Haku. With that he walked away and after being in a far enough distance, he decided to set his trap in motion. Laserbeak, follow them. Laserbeak woke up and jumped off Naruto's chest. With a little screech, he turned invisible and followed Haku via Naruto's chakra on the herbs. Laserbeak was a ghost dragon. A type of dragon that could turn invisible and remain undetected even by the best sensors. Perfect for spying operations. He just needed to wait until Laserbeak returned and plan his traps. Noon. Back in Tezuna's house, Kakashi was guarding Tezuna while he was building the bridge, Sasuke was doing the tree walking exercise, while Sakura was doing water walking and increasing her chakra reserves. Naruto was standing atop the pond as he sat in the center, practicing his taijutsu styles. He saw Inari walk towards him and called him, "Izuna Ai, can I talk with you?" Naruto simply did a backflip and jumped to Inari's position. "Sure. What do you need, brat?" "I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. For last night. I didn't mean to. Enough. It's alright. I guess I too owe you an apology for last night as well. Want to see me practice my jutsu?" "Really, I mean, of course," said Inari. After looking at the others climbing trees with their bare feet and walking on water, he wanted to see what Naruto could do as he heard his grandfather say that Naruto was stupidly powerful. After weaving through more than 40 hand seals, he said, "Water style." Water dragon bullet and a long, serpentine water dragon appeared out of the pond. Fire style. Fire dragon flame bullet and a fire dragon out of his mouth, and the two dragons collided creating smoke. "Amazing, Izuna Ai, you're the best." Naruto looked at Inari. The look was the same he had when Shisui first started teaching him. The good old days. "Say Inari, how about I teach you some knife techniques?" "Really, of course I want to learn." Kakashi came back from his shift to check on Sasuke and Sakura and to see if Naruto came back. To his surprise, he did and was training Inari in how to use a knife. He focused chakra to his ears to listen in on their conversation. "You need to add more strength to the strikes. Then can you deal a fatal blow?" Kakashi heard a screeching sound and saw Naruto move in to check on it. Laserbeak came back. "Did you find it?" "Zabuza's base." Laserbeak nodded his head. "Good, he made a shadow clone. Go back to the house while I investigate their base." "Sure, boss," said the clone as he teleported away. "Now, let's see where you are, Zabuza." Naruto suppressed his chakra and used Laserbeak as an invisibility cloak to spy on Zabuza. "You got it, Zabuza. I want that bridge builder dead by the end of the week." "You got me," said a short man. "Must be Gato," mused Naruto. As Gato left, he made a shadow clone to spy on Gato. "Damn stingy businessmen. Did you get the herbs, Haku?" "I did." "Good. The sooner the better," said Zabuza as he continued to rest. After some time, Naruto managed to put some paralyzing poison on Zabuza's medicine enhanced by seals. It wouldn't work unless Naruto made the hand seal to release the toxins. After that, he left as he got his clone's memories of Gato's base. He used a body flicker to get to the base. Naruto, using a transformation, was sneaking his way into Gato's office. After getting in, he locked the door, much to the shock of Gato and his guards. "Hey, what are you doing?" said Gato in rage. Naruto dispelled himself and faced them, hand firmly on his sword's grip. "He's one of those leaf nin, kill him." Naruto used his Sharingan to wipe the two guards' memories and made them fall asleep. Naruto made his way to Gato. "Wait, please don't kill me, I can give you anything you want. Land, money, women, you name it," said Gato, trying to plead with the young teen to let him go. "Tempting, but let's just say I have better things I want from you. Jinjutsu Sharingan." And with that, he controlled Gato to do his wish. Which was a will. All of Gato's money, land and company was to be given to Naruto in secret. Sasuke, as the next head, was given most of the clan's vast fortunes, which was second only to the Senju and Uzumaki. Naruto may have Madara's, Kiyomi's and Shisui's money, but they weren't his until he was 13, and Kushina and the civilian council stole quite a lot from his rightful own money. Gato, being richer than some daimyo, his money and property would be useful when Naruto would get his revenge on the civilian council and Kushina. 6 days later, on the unfinished were Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura and Izuna, and on the opposite end was Zabuza and Haku. "So we meet again, Zabuza," Kakashi said to his enemy just a few meters away. "Where's the third kid? The other Uchiha?" "I want a rematch," said Zabuza, itching for round 2 against Naruto and take the Narada from him. "Like I'll give up my student's position." "Sakura, guard Izuna and Sasuke, deal with the fake hunter nin," ordered Kakashi. "How you think your little genin are any match against Haku?" he asked, taking his large sword from his back. "Haku, deal with them." "Understood, Master." Zabuza said Haku, and she jumped to face Sasuke and Zabuza continue his fight against Kakashi. Naruto woke up with a killer headache. He woke up and saw everyone was gone. Including Tsunami and Inari. At first, he thought they were out shopping for more supplies, but a sound he heard made him doubt his thoughts. "Let go of my mom," Inari thought Naruto as he readied his weapons and went to where he heard the noise. Naruto walked out the house to see Inari had already killed one of 2 thugs and to take them away. "HMPH, the little brat actually did it," mused Naruto in his mind. "Why I'll kill you and take your mother," bellowed the second one as he prepared to strike, but a hand stopped him. He turned and saw Naruto, who proceeded to break his wrist and kick him away. Fire style. Great fireball jutsu, and the man was ashes in a split second. "Thank you, Izuna, now go on. Get out of here, it's not safe. Go to somewhere safe until I return. I have a feeling Gato has already made his move." "Of course. Kaminari." Naruto teleported to the unfinished bridge. "You crossed the dragon, you're nothing but ashes to the wind. Let's continue our little dance, Zabuza." Kakashi was having trouble. The mist was thick and he still hasn't recovered most of his strength. "When I get back to the leaf, I should probably ask Guy to have a spar. An actual one." "Feeling dizzy already, Kakashi? Well, that's too bad." Sounded from the mist until a sound and Kakashi saw Zabuza behind Izuna. "Time to get paid." Ai. Clang. Two sounds echoed through the mist, with the latter drowning out the former. First was Sakura's scream, and second was Naruto's sword, the Narada, blocking Zabuza's executioner's blade. Kakashi breathed out a sigh of relief. "Took your sweet time, huh? Apology, sensei. Some trouble came along the way that I had to see." "You brat, I've been itching for a rematch." "Then let's continue our dance." Poof. Kakashi heard a sound, but Sakura was nowhere to be seen. Where was she? Then suddenly a loud scream. He looked at the ice dome where Sasuke was fighting Haku and he understood. Sasuke used Sakura as a meat shield. A moment ago, Sasuke panted heavily. He was losing. Him and Uchiha to what he considered a talentless nin from a backwater country. "You should just give up," said Haku from the ice mirrors. "Shut up, I am the heir of the Uchiha clan. I would never admit defeat against inferior specs like you. I'm stronger than you," Zabuza roared Sasuke in defiance. "You say you're stronger but the other Uchiha nearly killed Master Zabuza. Your talk isn't proof enough," said Haku as she threw needles at Sasuke, but he poofed to reveal Sakura. Sakura didn't say anything. She was guarding Izuna 1 second and the next she's here. Multiple needles hit her body and she screamed in pain before succumbing to unconsciousness. "You used your own teammate as a shield?" asked a disgusted Haku. "Why should I care? She'll probably wake up and tell me that she loved being my meat shield," replied a smug Sasuke. "I," said Haku as she sent a Senbon barrage, and in a second, Sasuke was like a potato, but he still got up with an awakened pair of Sharingan. Naruto and Zabuza were fighting to a standstill until Naruto put his sword in the middle of the hole at Zabuza's sword. He stood up, head down and legs up, and started spin kicking Zabuza in the face. He grabbed his sword back and started attacking furiously, but Kakashi came in front of Naruto. "Izuna, go check on Sasuke and Sakura. I'll handle Zabuza." "Got it, sensei." And flickered. Sasuke was down for the count. Naruto arrived in the ice dome and checked on his teammates with his fingers and Sharingan. They were alive but in a death-like state similar to Zabuza. "Is this the first time you see your comrades die?" asked Haku. "They're not dead. You're too soft to kill." "How? Enough is enough. I'm ending this fight, then I'm killing Zabuza." Hearing him say that, she couldn't allow it. Couldn't allow Zabuza to die, so she prepared new senbons to put Naruto in a death-like state like his teammates. Naruto saw this coming. He activated his Sharingan and then his EMS. He weaved a tiger sign, fire style. Fire dragon flame bullet and used Kagetsuchi to control the flames. Crack crack, the ice was cracking. Haku was stupefied. It never happened before. Naruto used Fujin to give the fire jutsu a boost, but still not enough. He used Kagetsuchi to kill the flames, and his eternal magicum was spinning dangerously until a dark blue chakra formed. Susanoo, the chakra from Susanoo was enough to destroy the ice mirrors, and Haku was sent 20 feet away. She tried crawling away as she realized Naruto was way out of her league, but he appeared before her and grabbed her by the neck. Lifting her up, she tried to get free, but she couldn't get free. She looked at Naruto's EMS before her mind went blank. Kodomatsukami, and Naruto let go of Haku as she fell down. The last thing she saw before the Kodomatsukami took effect was Zabuza losing against Kakashi. Naruto sealed her away in a scroll. She'd prove to be a useful tool in the future, against Itachi and for the clan's revival. He used Fujin to get rid of the mist. Zabuza was near. His one chance. Naruto charged at Zabuza with Narada and activated the paralyzing poison. Zabuza didn't know what was going on. His body suddenly just stopped moving, then, squelch. Zabuza gasped as he saw Naruto pierced him from his back with Narada. His mist was gone. And so was Haku. Where is Haku? Dead? Like you now. And decapitated Zabuza with a lightning endless kunai. "Sasuke and Sakura?" asked Kakashi. He hoped Sasuke was alive cause he'd be giving him the lesson of his life. "Alive? Wounded and unconscious but otherwise fine," replied Naruto. Well," came a voice from the distance. Kakashi and Naruto saw Gato with what looked like at least 1,000 men. "So much for the demon of the mist. I didn't want to pay him since missing nin are such a pain to hire. I would have killed him myself, but you guys did it for me and I can't have any witnesses," Go on boys, said Gato, and the men were getting ready to kill the leaf nin. Shit, Sasuke and Sakura are down, Tizuna's weak, and I used up half my chakra. He then saw Naruto walk ahead and 50 feet away from Gato's army. What's this, a kid? What do you think you can do against me? Cry for mommy. Taunted Gato, and he and his men laughed. Naruto put his hands on the horse seal and heaped in wind. This jutsu was created by his great-grandfather and one of the strongest fire jutsus in existence. Fire style. Majestic destroyer flame. And a large continuous sea of fire made its way to Gato and his thugs. Kakashi was shocked. This was Madara's jutsu from the Warring States period. He looked in awe at the fire jutsu as it killed over 800 of them in a single go. Naruto stopped his jutsu before unleashing his chakra and the smoke cleared. He jumped up as he landed and kicked one thug with enough force to rip his head from his neck. He moved fast and dodged a sword swing. He snapped, twisted and dislocated the limbs and necks of a dozen as they came to face him. He unsheathed his Naruto and threw it. Using chakra threads to control it, he killed over 40 in 5 seconds. He jumped to the left and said, fire style. Majestic demolisher flame and fire burned 30 more to ashes. He put his head on the ground and did spinning kicks at the enemies that approached him. He got up and twisted one thug's arm before he twisted 3 others' necks and kicked one with enough force to crack his ribs over the wall. Fire style. Phoenix Age Flower Nail Crimson Jutsu and the blazing shurikens, the last of the thugs save for Gato and 2 more. He threw a kunai at one directly in the head and used Jinjutsu to make the other brain dead. Wait, please, I can give you anything you want, show mercy, pleaded Gato. Naruto unsheathed his sword and pierced Gato from his chin up. He ripped Gato's head off his body, a bit of spine following. Inari arrived with an army of wave citizens. It ends now, Gato, your reign of terror is over. The last part a question as he looked at the battlefield and saw signs of a massacre. His surrogate big brother, at least in his mind, Naruto, was walking towards them with Gato's head attached to his sword. Just a few minutes late, Inari, said Naruto, walking away after he placed Gato's head near his feet. The citizens of Wave didn't know what to say except cheer at Naruto for finally ending Gato's reign. 1 week later, Team 7 was going back to the Leaf. Their C rank turned A rank was successful. Sasuke awakened his Sharingan and unknown to the others, Naruto got a tool in the form of Haku, who was believed to have died. They finally reached Fire Country after crossing Tizuna's completed bridge. The Great Naruto Bridge after Naruto Izuna Uchiha, who revealed his first name after the battle was over, and a party was thrown to celebrate Gato's death. Next arc, Chunin exams. Chunin exams. Team 7 returned to the Hidden Leaf after 1 day of travel. The village gates were in sight. Sakura was relieved as she could be in her luxurious home, as her mother was a civilian councilwoman and father a rich businessman. Kakashi wondered if a new Uchiha book was published while he was gone, and Sasuke didn't show emotion. Naruto on the other hand could care less about the village. The constant attacks from the Foundation and Kushina made him question if his loyalty to the Leaf was worth it. The civilian council and elders only saw him as a weapon. Shaking those thoughts out, he arrived at the checkpoint where the eternal Chunins, Izumo and Katetsu were guarding. They looked up and saw Team 7 return from a C rank. For fresh genin, they were impressed as it would take a month before a team was eligible for a C rank, but in 2 weeks, they did. Kakashi filled in the registrations and looked at his team. Okay, Izuna, Sasuke, Sakura, you can go home now. I'll go report to the Hokage. And with that disappeared in a poof of smoke. Naruto was gone in an instant, leaving Sasuke and Sakura behind. Sasuke-kun, how about we go on a date? Asked Sakura. Her fangirl mind told her that it was an honor to be Sasuke's meat shield and she didn't hate him for it. No. Said Sasuke as he walked back home. So Kakashi, you're back from your team's first C rank already? Asked Minato. Minato-sensei, the team turned into an A rank as we encountered Zabuza Mamachi and his accomplices. Replied Kakashi. What, roared Minato. Kakashi, your genin could have been killed. Minato was extremely worried for Naruto. Minato-sensei, in my defense, they insisted we go. And we managed to complete the mission. After calming down a bit, Minato asked, tell me what happened. Everything, and Kakashi did. Telling Minato and Hiruzen, who was in the room too, about how Naruto killed the demon brothers, Zabuza, his accomplice along with Gato and 1,000 of his thugs. The people of Wave thought of Naruto as a hero, even naming their bridge after him. To say Minato was impressed was an understatement. Menma and Mito were disappointments as they were too loud, too proud to learn anything new, too spoiled and much more, but the son he abandoned was like him. It also pained him as Naruto never felt his father's love and sad that his son's strength didn't came from him. Wow, Kakashi. I must say I'm impressed, especially at Naruto, and I would reprimand you for going on, but as it was a team vote, I'll let it slide. You are free to go. Thank you, sensei. And poofed out of existence. Your secret son truly did inherit your natural talent, Minato. Unlike those brats, said Hiruzen. He never liked Menma and Mito as they were too power-hungry like their mother and even more spoiled than Sasuke. Indeed. It's a shame I could taught him nothing, yes. But do you think he's mentally fine, Minato? Asked Hiruzen in a serious tone. What do you mean, Hiruzen? He killed 1,000 men, 3 chunin level nin and a jonin, a member of the 7 ninja swordsmen no less. Kakashi did say Naruto had been scouting from time to time and for all we know he could have killed more. Much, much more. Are you implying Naruto might have a bloodlust tendency? Perhaps. To kill so many in just 2 weeks and being only 14, his mind might crack. The danger, as much as Minato hated to admit regarding his secret son, was there. Fine. I'll have Anbu monitor him and maybe a Yamanaka to check on him. Naruto was walking to his manor as the seals recognized his signature. He checked the seals, no sign of damage. Good. No drone from Danzo's foundation or Kushina tried breaching his home. The dragon appeared out of smoke. It was a messenger dragon, at least twice his size. Master Izuna, Lord Bahamut and the elder dragons want to speak to you. It concerns your training and would serve to increase your power. I'll arrive shortly. Said Naruto as the Drago nodded his head and returned to the Shadowlands. He walked home to see Anko cleaning his house. She saw her master, finally back from his mission. Welcome home, master. I hope your mission was a success. Indeed it was. He unstrapped his boots and walked to the main hall. There he unsealed Haku. Haku, can you hear me? Yes master. Replied Haku in a subservient tone. Good. This is your slave sister, Anko. She'll teach you how things run around. Anko, I have an important meeting with the dragon elders. You are in charge and teach Haku how we do things. Yes master. Good. And he reverse summoned to the Shadowlands. Kakashi was walking through the streets as he was still reading his book. Boy, Kakashi. Kakashi looked around and saw a guy along with Asuma, Kurenai and other jonins on the Dango store. Yo. He said as he took his seat next to them. So, I heard your team went to a C-rank mission. I guess you've finished considering you're back. Said Asuma, lighting a cigarette. Oh, 2 weeks as a team and already a C-rank. Your students must have their flames of youth burning if they can get a C rank earlier than most. Said Guy. You said something Guy. Said Kakashi as Guy made a surprised Pikachu face before screaming oh my god and turning into jelly. Well, the mission turned into an A rank. The other jonin gasped. Kakashi your students could have been hurt or worse, killed why didn't you turn back? Asked Kurenai, now worried for her new master as the Kodomatsukami rewrote her way of thinking. Indeed, Kakashi. I expected better. Now hold on everybody. You didn't let me finish. You see, we arrived at the village gates long explanation. And after that, they named the bridge after Izuna who killed Gato and his men, and we arrived home. Their students, especially young Izuna, has the flames of youth burning in his heart, said Guy with fire in his eyes. Sorry, did you say something Guy? Damn you and your hip attitude. So, Izuna Uchiha. How strong do you think he is? Asked Asuma. With the chunin exams coming up, he'd have to train his team hard in case they encountered Izuna. He's strong enough to be chunin, but his lack of experience is holding him back. Was all Kakashi said before he got up and went home, giggling perversely. Shadowlands. Naruto appeared before the Council of Elder Dragons. What is the thing that they'll be teaching him, he wondered. Izuna Uchiha said the loud and fearsome voice of Bahamut, the elders and I have finally decided to teach you Dragon Sage mode. Naruto couldn't believe his ears. Was this a genjutsu? No, it wasn't. It was 100% real. He would get to learn Sage mode. A fearsome power that enhances their users' physical strength and attacks. Sage mode was the power Hashirama Senju used to win against his great-grandfather, Madara Uchiha, in the Valley of the End. Now, he will have the same power. His steps towards killing Itachi and avenging the Uchiha was getting closer. I'm honored that you find me worthy of it. When do we begin? Asked an eager Naruto. Follow Ekaterine and she'll start preparations. I really don't understand why you have to take my measurements. Naruto was confused. He thought Sage mode would require some long, intense training or some gruesome test, but not the dragons taking his measurements. Now Izuna, let me explain. Said Ekaterine, trying to calm down Naruto. The last thing she needed was an angry Naruto rampaging in his Susanoo. Dragon Sage mode is special. By learning it, you become half dragon. The measurements are for armor that will be put on you, and when you use it into battle, your strength will increase over a dozen times, and the wings will allow you to fly, like a true dragon, she exclaimed with her wings spread out. Naruto was now interested. Dragon scales were hard, to the point that only the Narada and the Kusanagi and its variants could pierce it. With the wings, he'll be able to fly and gain an advantage over his opponents, over Itachi. At first you had my curiosity, now you have my full attention. When will you finish? I ain't done. You just have to wait for a week until he can get your armor prepared, then we can start your sage training. Good. The sooner the better. 2 months passed since Team 7 returned from their wave mission. In the 2 months, Team 7 bonded well together than even what Kakashi thought was possible. Sasuke finally admitted his faults and apologized to Sakura. Sakura started taking her training seriously, and Naruto even allowed them to call them by his first name. When the three made fun of him for his first name, which was also the reason he went with Izuna most of the time, he chased them around with his fire jutsus. But now, it was time for the chunin exams. Kakashi was confident that Naruto could win with flying colors, Sasuke could too, although his chance wasn't as high as Naruto's, but Sakura wasn't prepared. But given that the nobles from Fire Country and foreign lands, including the daimyos, wanted to see the last two Uchiha in action, with one being Madara's descendant, he'd have no choice but to nominate them for the exams. Hokage's office. In front of Minato, Hiruzen and the elders were the Jonin senseis of the least genin teams. Among them were Kushina, Kakashi, Kurenai and Asuma, senseis of the Rookie 12 as it was dubbed, since only 12 from the academy's batch graduated. Kushina Uzumaki, Jonin sensei of Team 6 nominate Menma Uzukas, Mito Uzukas and Sai for the chunin exams. Declared Kushina boldly. She had a feeling her kids would mop the floor with Kiyomi's bastard and thus nominated them. Kakashi Haddock, Jonin sensei of Team 7, nominate Izuna Uchiha, Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno for the chunin exams. Said Kakashi, confident in Naruto and Sasuke, and hoped Sakura wouldn't be too much of a burden like in Wave. Kurenai Yuhi, Jonin sensei of Team 8, nominate Kiba Inuzuka, Hinata Hyuga and Shino Aburam for the chunin exams. Said Kurenai, hoping her students would prove to be useful cannon fodder for her master. Asuma Sarutobi, Jonin sensei of Team 10, nominate Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara and Choji Akimichi for the chunin exams. Said Asuma, though he was worried they'll face someone strong like Naruto. Hiruzen was surprised. This was the first time fresh genin were nominated for the exam so early. Minato was intrigued. All the genin were 2 months out of the academy. What, exclaimed Iruka. Yes, Iruka, asked Minato. They're only a few months out of the academy. They're not ready for the exams. You'll destroy them. Yes, I agree, came Kushina's reply. Menma and Mito have been trained from birth and are ready for the exams. Besides, are we sure sending the Uchiha, she said with poisonous disdain, as wise? Are we sure he is mentally ready? The wave mission says otherwise. Now, Kushina, said Minato. The almanacs have confirmed Izuna is fine. And it's the Jonin sensei's decision. What, but Minato, you. Enough, Kushina, bellowed Hiruzen. Are you doubting the almanacs when you yourself don't have the capability to enter one's mind? No, I mean trying to reason with them. She would not allow Kiyomi's-san to take the exams with her own children. Then enough. The Jonins know the danger and made their decision. The genins of Team 6, Team 7, Team 8 and Team 10 will partake in the chunin exams, along with Team 9 and the other genins. Dismissed, said Minato. Kushina was angry. Naruto was going to take part in her children's chunin exams and try to steal their glory. She'd try sabotaging his exams to ensure he would fail. Little did she know, Naruto would prepare counters for her sabotages since Anko was the proctor for the second stage. Chunin exams? Asked Naruto. Yes, master, replied Anko. The Jonins of the Rookie 12 have nominated their genins for the exams. That red-haired whore Kushina would no doubt try to sabotage my efforts. You will see to it that she doesn't succeed. Of course, master. Tell me how the exams will go. Yes. The first stage is a written exam where 10 questions will be asked to fill. The questions themselves are of higher rank knowledge than that of regular genin. 3 chunins will be hiding as genin to see who can cheat without getting caught. Cheat without getting caught, eh? Interesting, continue. The proctor will be Ibiki Marino. Ibiki? Some would definitely crack under the pressure. The second phase will take place in the Forest of Death. There, the genin will take either a heaven scroll or earth scroll, and their task is to take the scroll they don't have and make it to the center tower in 5 days. If there are more genins than expected, preliminaries will be held in the tower. The final part is a tournament that will be watched by the nobles and feudal lords. These exams will have some strong genin. I highly doubt some will be as strong as Zabuza, but they can provide a good dance. Go home, Anko. I'm sharing my bed with Haku tonight. Anko groaned in disappointment but complied nonetheless. Naruto was walking down the streets to Team 7's regular meeting place. His Sage Mode training was going good. He can use Imperfect Dragon Sage Mode to manifest a wing or some armor parts, and trying to manifest a complete armor was still in development phase. Naruto heard a crash sound and went to investigate. He teleported to the site and saw the grandson of the third Hokage, Konoha Sarutobi, along with his friends, Mogi and Yuden, Hinata's younger sister, Hanabi and Sakura, in front of 2 foreign nin from Sand, and 2 teams from the Cloud and a team from Stone. The first wore a baggy black suit with makeup on his face with something covered in bandages on his back. The second was a blonde-haired girl with a large fan on her back. She had her hair in a quadruple ponytail style and wore a white outfit. The first team from Cloud had a dark-skinned man with a Cloud Jonin outfit. He was obviously their sensei. His pupils included a red-haired, dark-skinned girl and a white-haired, also dark-skinned boy with a lollipop. The second team had for their sensei a blonde-haired girl with a long ponytail, similar to a cat's tail. Her pupils included a fair-skinned girl with blonde hair and Naruto's favorite part about her, her large bosoms. He didn't care about the other two as one was a fair-skinned blonde teen and another was a light brown teen. The team from Stone had a man with armor for a sensei. His pupils included the Tsuchikage's granddaughter, Kuretsuchi he believed her name was. A teen a bit too big for his age and a brown-haired girl were her teammates. They're from the Hidden Sand, Cloud and Stone villages. Must be here for the chunin exams. Killer Bee, Yujito Nai and Han, Jinchuriki of the 8 tails, 2 tails and 5 tails respectively. Leave Konohamaru-kun alone said Hanabi. Please. It was just a misunderstanding. Pleaded Sakura to the Sand Nin to let him go, but he wasn't having it. How did this all happen you ask? It's rather simple really. Konohamaru along with his 2 spewed mates and Hanabi ran into Sakura and insulted her forehead and flat chest. She chased them, but they accidentally bumped into a Cloud team then the Sand team. The Stone team was also there and the other Cloud team arrived. I'll ask this once all the people looked up and saw Naruto standing atop a fence, surprising the Jinchuriki greatly, since not even their tailed beast sensed him. Madatabi, did you sense him? Asked Yujito to which the cat simply shook her head no. No kid and I didn't. Whoever this kid is, he's dangerous and it's best you warn your students. Yo, did you sense him? Asked Killer Bee. No. But I can sense his power and it terrifies me. The ox simply said. Be careful of him, Han. He wields a power I haven't felt for in a long time. Said Kakuo to his Jinchuriki. Let him go. Said Naruto. Izuna said Sakura in relief. Izuna Oni-san Konohamaru always looked at Naruto as an older brother since he would come by the Saratobi clan compound sometimes. Oh yeah? Why should I? This brat bumped into me and I'm teaching him a lesson said the one with makeup. Kankuro, just stop. You wouldn't want him to get mad, would you? Said the blonde-haired girl to the now identified Kankuro. Shut up Tamari. This brat deserves a lesson. Hey wait up. This brat bumped into us first. It's only fair we get the first blow. Said the red-haired Cloud girl. Ugh, this again Carrie. So uncool. Said the blonde-haired Cloud girl while Carrie's teammate was muttering some things. The Stone team looked at the drama and wished popcorn was available. But before they could move, Naruto appeared before them, stretching out his arms as he pointed Carrie's katana at her neck, much to her shock, since she didn't feel a thing and a kunai near Kankuro's cheeks. Listen here, flat chest, makeup boy the nicknames made them red with anger and their teammates laughing. Kankuro screamed its war paint, but Naruto didn't mind. He's the 3rd Hokage's grandson, and any attack on him from a foreign nin can be considered an insult and an act of war. Hearing this, Kankuro dropped Konohamaru as if he were a plague. On Naruto's orders, his squad and Hanabi left the area. Naruto resealed his kunai and gave Carrie back her sword. The Jonins were shocked at his speed, while Tamari and Kuretsuchi were more than impressed and wondered if he was still single. You can come out now, Sasuke. Same goes for you, Sandboy. In the tree was Sasuke, a bit angry since Naruto detected him, and a red-haired boy appeared out of sand with red hair, his eyes showing signs of insomnia, and the kanji for love on his left side. Kankuro, you're an embarrassment to our village. Said the redhead coldly. You're Jagara you misunderstand. They, shut up. Or I'll kill you. Sand siblings. I should have expected some heavy competition. Said Naruto. This chunin exams just became more interesting. Remember this, the tanuki can't play dead. At that Gaara's eyes widened and so did his siblings. The cat cannot run in time. Yujito's eyes widened. A foreign nin knew her status. Running is impossible for the horse with its tails tied to its legs, and the ox can't sing in time to save themselves against a dragon. Sasuke and Sakura were confused, but the foreign nin were shocked. My great-grandfather controlled your beasts before, and I will do it too. He said revealing his Sharingan. Madara shouted the tailed beasts angrily and gave their hosts a headache. Gaara was excited. What's your name? He asked. Izuna Uchiha. I look forward to our dances in the future, Gaara of the desert. He grabbed his teammates and disappeared in a body flicker. Tamari, Kankuro, let's go. He said with a psychotic smile. His teammate siblings looked worried. The other teams left as well. Yo says to be careful against him. If you face him, you run away. Said B in a serious tone. Agreed. Madatabi says he's dangerous. Said Yujito. The Cloud Genin didn't know what to say. If their senseis were serious, might as well follow. So, he's Madara's great-grandson. I can't wait to fight him for what he did to Gramps. Team 7 was in their regular meeting place. Ninja were trained to be prepared for anything, but they were not prepared for this. Kakashi actually arriving on time. Release said Sakura, but it was useless. It wasn't a genjutsu. Kakashi arrived on time. Yo, you're actually early, asked Sakura. Kakashi felt hurt. Did his students have that low of an opinion on him? Anyways, I nominated you three for the chunin exams. He saw they weren't that surprised. You already knew, didn't you? We encountered some foreign nin along the way. I hope they can provide a good dance, said Naruto. Kakashi was concerned that Naruto's bloodlust may go out of hand, but he shrugged it off. Alright. Sign these and go to the academy, room 301 tomorrow. Next day, Naruto arrived with his team to the academy and made their way to room 301. On their way, they saw other genins trying to enter a room but were blocked by two genin. Naruto saw they were actually Izumo and Katetsu. This is a test to weed out the weak, Sasuke. Let's go. He stopped Sasuke from opening his big mouth and they were on their way until another genin made his way to them. Naruto described as a mini guy. The atrocious green spandex, orange leg warmers and thick eyebrows. Yep. Definitely a mini clone of Guy. Hello? Are you Sakura? My name is Rock Lee. Please go on a date with me, said the mini clone, whose name was Rock Lee. And Sakura? Thought Naruto as he was laughing like a maniac in his head. But no way, said Sakura. But why? Please, Sakura-chan, tell me why you won't go on a date with me, demanded Lee. Her answer was that she was with Sasuke and he was too weird. Lee looked at Naruto and challenged him. You're Izuna Uchiha, correct? He nodded. Guy-sensei told me you were a talented prodigy and number one in your graduating class. I want to fight you. Naruto smirked and poofed. His teammates too went poofed as Lee realized they were clones. Naruto received his clone's memories. No way he's waste his time with freaks. His team arrived at the door to room 301 and in front was Kakashi. Congratulations. You saw through the Jinjutsu, DCH. It wasn't difficult, said Naruto. Jinjutsu of such weak level wouldn't work on him. Well then okay. Go and make me proud. Team 7 opened the door and saw various genin from leaf, sand, cloud, stone, grass, waterfall, rain and mist. Sakura was shocked to see so many genin. Sasuke didn't say much, but Naruto wasn't fazed. Most of these were ones who failed and were redoing it. None of them, save a few, could match him, especially if he went all out. The door was loudly kicked open and in came Team 6, 8, 9 and 10. Alright, listen up losers, my name is Menma Uzukis and I'm gonna beat you all and become chunin, believe it, shouted Menma. You idiot, you just made a target of yourself in front of everyone, shouted an even louder Mito. HMPH, please. As if these trash can do anything against me, said Menma, and the combined kai of everyone scared him and the rookies a bit. Naruto, bored, slightly tilted his head and released a kai so intense, the ground cracked under the force. Some genin were brought to their knees and had difficulty breathing. Menma and Kiba pissed a little. After releasing the kai, the leaf rookies looked at Naruto in shock and fear. Did you feel that? Yeah. No way, I'm taking the exams if he is taking it. Hell no, I prefer life. Some genin started leaving on the kai alone. A silver-haired teen started making his way to them. You guys should keep your voices down. People will think you're cocky. Who are you? Asked Sasuke. My name is Kabuto. Since you're all rookies, I might as well help you, he said as he brought out cards. Info cards? Asked Sakura. Indeed. These bad babies have info on everyone in the exams. Any person you want to know about. Are of the desert and Izuna Uchiha, said Sasuke. Many were surprised he wanted to know about his own teammate, but they knew Naruto was strong and hid his full power. Are of the desert. Youngest son of the 4th Kazekage, his Jonin sensei is Baki, and teammates are Temari and Kankuro, who are also his teammates. His mission count is an unknown number of D ranks, 8 C ranks and 1 B rank. It also says he hasn't received a single scratch in all his missions. The genins, except Naruto, were shocked. A B rank and not a single scratch. Was he even a genin? Naruto wasn't impressed. He researched potential enemies for the exams from other villages, and while he doubted he'd face a Jinchuriki other than M&M, they were nothing to his EMS. Izuna Uchiha, son of Kiyomi Uchiha and the great-grandson of Madara Uchiha. Jonin sensei is Kakashi Haddock, and teammates are Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. He awakened his Sharingan at 7, and it was fully mature by the time of the Uchiha massacre. Missions done, 60 plus D ranks, 10 C ranks and 2 B rank solo, and 2 A ranks, exclaimed Kabuto. The other genins, including his teammates, were shocked. How, said Menma and Mito in rage. Loser, when did you get B ranks and A ranks, huh? Said Kiba. It also says he killed the demon brothers of the Mist and Zabuza Mamachi in Wave Country and Aoi Rakusho in T Country. He is listed as a B rank nin in the bingo book with a bounty of 100 KRIO. It is said he has a kill count of over 1k in Wave. Naruto smirked. He remembered the T Country escort mission where he killed Aoi. Kakashi took him to a solo B rank which turned into yet another A rank as they encountered Aoi and killed him. Aoi wasn't an exceptionally strong nin, only feared due to him possessing the second Hokage's sword, the Raijin. but it proved to be useless against a Naruto, and Naruto got his bounty. Wait, Sakura, you said it was Sasuke who killed Zabuza in Wave. And yet Kabuto said it was Izuna. Why did you lie? Asked Ino. Sakura laughed sheepishly at Naruto's cold stare. She spread that it was Sasuke, not Naruto, who saved Wave and ended Geto. After they started bonding, she felt guilty and wanted to stop the rumors, but it seems she forgot. I'm really sorry, Izuna. Please don't put me in a jinjutsu again. Naruto said nothing as he simply took a seat as he waited for the exams to begin. Hey, Izuna, ready to lose to me? Taunted Menma. You always love to hear the sound of your own voice, don't you? Naruto retorted. Shut up, so what if you killed 2 rank nukenin? Huh, I got trained by the 4th Hokage in the Red Death. Said Menma. I bet you're weak like the genin from the new Sound Village. Replied Mito. Naruto didn't warn them as one of the genin from Sound with the bandages around his face attacked them both, but they blocked the attack. How weak just Lee, but before Menma could say anything, a sound blast from the Sound genin's arm bracelets pushed Menma and Mito to the wall, hurting their ears. I don't care who you are, but don't you insult the Sound, said the genin as he returned back to his seat. Naruto walked up to them and smirked. Is that what the Hokage and his wife have been training you in? Being punching bags for genin from another village? I must say, I'm very impressed with your progress. He taunted as the other genin started laughing at the 2 Yuzukazes. The puff of smoke and in came the proctor and other chunins. Alright maggots, back to your seats. Sound team, I will not accept that kind of behavior here. Sorry, I got a little excited. Said the Sound genin. Alright maggots, my name is Ibiki Marino, proctor of the first part of the chunin exams. He began as the first part of the chunin exams began. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.